Okay. What's going on here?
John, we got a telegram from some lady friend of yours, a Bonnie something or other. Something you ain't telling me?
Bonnie McFarland. She's a friend. Saved my life when I went after Bill and nearly got myself
We're
killed
fuck buddies, you know, the
Oh,
usual.
now you two's in the habit of sending each other letters. How very nice.
It weren't nothing like that. What's it say?
I don't know. I can't. Well, you know I can't read.
Give it here.
You can get by anything with that.
You read that thing out loud.
I ain't hiding nothing.
That's a double negative, John. It means you're hiding
Dear
something.
Mr. Marston, stop. Need corn sacks. Stop. Emergency. Stop. Weevils and moths ate entire county supply. Stop. Can you help? Not exactly the most romantic request, now is it?
I guess
Sounds
not.
pretty hot to me. I don't know.
She saved your life.
Corn sacks.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-mm.
Well, then you're gonna have to help her and her family out. We've got a plentiful supply of corn sacks over near the silo. About the one thing Uncle didn't manage to have stolen while we was gone.
Okay.
Uncle's weird.
Hurry back, John. And John, what's she like?
She's
Well,
boneable.
you know. A little bit like you, I guess. She's a woman in a man's world.
It is a man's world. Get over it. We will rule the nation.
John, wait! I changed my mind. I'm coming with you. Well, come on, man. Let's get going.
Yeah.
This is going to be a long ride. I have a feeling.
I don't think I can let you go off again without me.
Fair enough. I'm glad of the company. You only had to ask.
Ask? I was waiting for you to ask me.
I thought you'd want to keep an eye on the boy.
Oh, while you were off cavorting with cowgirls in the next county?
Exactly.
I don't think so, John Marston.
That's how
You
I
only
roll.
Just got home. That Jack has seen enough of me for a lifetime.
Dude,
So, is she married? This Bonnie McFarland?
No.
What does she look like?
I don't know. Pretty normal, I suppose.
Normal? What? Normal like me?
No. Normal as in 2 eyes, mouth, nose, that kind of normal.
watch what you say, John.
Ain't no woman fine as you.
A little flattery. Now we're finally getting somewhere.
If you find yourself in a hole, the first thing to do is stop digging.
Another pearl of wisdom from John Marston. I sure do miss those.
I never took you for the jealous type, Abigail.
I ain't jealous so much as curious.
You heard what she wrote. It's just some corn. She saved my life, and she was decent enough to me, so I owe her this much at least.
Corn sack is our code for testicles.
How did she save your life anyway?
So she does want
Found
it.
me
She's
half
that
dead
that
on
was
the
a booty
side of the
call.
road, took me to the
That
doctor.
letter.
Most folks would have left me there.
Half dead from what?
Basically
Bill
said,
didn't take so
I'm
kindly
horny
to
as
me
fuck.
visiting
I want your
unannounced.
nutsack
They'll
in
never
and
get
around my
like
mouth.
surprises. How was
If
he?
your wife
Same
wants
as
to
he
join,
was
she
when we
can.
left.
That's pretty much what it said.
Angry and dumb.
I ain't complaining. That
Taking
sounds
his
good to me.
revenge out on the world. People down there was really scared of him.
Bill? You gotta be kidding me. He was only frightening if he was afraid of dumb fools.
Bill weren't so bad, but when Dutch went crazy, Bill took it hard.
When you think
For a
about
while,
it,
we all thought we'd found
we
something
could have
right.
boned like
Better way
every
to
woman
live,
we've come
but it was
across
just a lie.
easily.
So you saw before they did.
We're charming
But they was still kind of
and chivalrous too.
A family that left you for dead. You knew the truth, John, and they hated you for it.
God, his wife nags him a lot.
Where'd they take
I don't think it's
Bill.
I don't think it's possible to find a wife that doesn't nag that
Where did they
much.
hold you and Jack?
I ain't sure. They kept their eyes covered there and back. Can't have been too far from here, though.
They treat you right?
It ain't the first time I've had a gun to my head, John. You're forgetting your marriage proposal.
Whoa, shitty graphics there for a second.
You came. Thank you so much.
I did came.
Lost the entire
I came on your face.
Miss McFarland, I'd like you to meet my wife, Abigail.
Oh, ain't you quite the gentleman all of a sudden? It's a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Marston.
Likewise. Thank you for saving my husband's life. And for teaching the miserable goat some manners, among other things.
I didn't teach him anything. I know better than to try to change a man. You should meet my father.
Oh, people can change, Miss McFarland.
John and I have to believe that more than anybody.
This is a decent first harvest for you, John. You should be proud. That's good land you got there.
It sure
How are
is.
you feeling, Mrs. Marston? From what your husband told me, it must have been awful for you.
I've been through worse, and I knew he'd be back before too long. He can't cook a meal to save his life.
Neither can
Abigail,
you, obviously.
In my darkest hours, when I was most homesick, just the thought of one of your rat meat stews kept me pushing forward.
Well, about as amusing as a weeping saddle sore, ain't he, Miss McFarland? If you're gonna start yammering about women's work, John, I'd say you might be in the wrong company.
I'd say so, too.
I never felt so outnumbered.
The women's work has to be done. And not by the men. Just fucking with everybody. She looks a tad heartbroken.
Ma'am?
Damn, I think she wanted John. Makes sense, though. I wonder if you can, if it's possible to choose, like if you can go take her or not. I don't know. Would be interesting, but that'd be more along the lines
So
of an
that was the
RPG.
famous Bonnie.
That was her, all right.
She's pretty.
She's normal, like I said.
Well, you always wanted to be a rancher. I'd have thought she'd be just your thing. The perfect rancher's wife, if I ever saw one.
I already got a rancher's wife.
I'm only teasing. I like her, and I'm glad she saved your life. Most of the time, anyways.
The McFarlands are good people.
She did blush redder than a shepherd's sunset when she saw you, though.
I have that effect on women.
You clearly had one too many blows to the head.
You ain't wrong about that, Mrs. Marston.
That's quite a ranch they got there.
That'll be us someday. As soon as we get back on our feet.
I don't know, John. How many times can we start again? An outlaw and a working girl. We ain't exactly farmers.
We are now. Forget that
Don't
life.
have to be.
It's over.
Do you really believe that?
We have to. It's the only way we'll ever have a future.
The life we led, that doesn't go away. It's never over. You think those government men are just gonna leave us alone now?
The old gang's dead. I did what they asked.
And that's it? A life of crime forgiven?
We're back together, ain't we?
Until they decide you owe them something else.
Sometimes I think I was the stupid one for believing I could get out. Maybe Dutch, Bill, and Javier were just being honest with themselves.
You ain't perfect, John, and I sure ain't. But you're better than they are.
Wow, these guys
Than
talk
they
a
were.
lot.
Maybe we can't change. But we gotta try, for Jack's sake. Even if we have to start again 100 times. It's better than going back to what we were. How's Jack doing?
Angry, upset. He's been through a lot.
He hates the
I hope
world.
he's gonna be all right.
It's gonna take time. For a while, his world was safe. Normal, even. Then it got turned upside down again.
He ain't saying much about it.
I've tried to talk to him, but how do you explain any of it? What do you say when he asks about Uncle Bill and Uncle Dutch? They were family when he was a little boy.
He hides away
Yeah,
in
but now
those
they're
books
dead.
of his.
Wouldn't you?
Thank God, I'm
It ain't
sick of
like
dealing
the
with those
real world's
fucks.
done him many favors. He's just been kidnapped. He grew up with the gang. That's no life for
He
a
grew up
boy.
with the gay? Like gay people?
We did good today, John. I guess I better go fix us something to eat.
As much as I'm looking forward to that, I think I'll just have a granola bar.